7 Days to Die. 2 players. A Way Out. 2 players. Alienation. 4 players. Aqua Kitty Milk Mine Defender DX. 2 players. Ark Survival Evolved. 2 players. Assault Android Cactus. 4 players. Ben 10 Power Trip. 2 players. Blaze Rush. 4 players. Borderlands 3. 2 players. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. 2 players. Cat Quest 2. 2 players. Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. 4 players. Cuphead. 2 players. Darius Burst Chronicles Saviors. 4 players. Darksiders Genesis. 2 players. Dead Nation. 2 players. Degrees of Separation. 2 players. Destroy All Humans. 2 players. Deal Low Series. 4 players. 2 players. Disc Jam. 4 players. Divinity Original Sin 2. 2 players. Don't Starve Together. 2 players. Dragon Ball Fighter Z. 2 players. Dragon's Crown. 4 players. Dynasty Warriors 9. 2 players. Earth Defense Force 5. 2 players.
Teleportation ship is destroyed.
Everybody's Golf. 4 players. FIFA 22. 4 players.
Lionel Messi starts with Neymar out wide, and the main threat in attack today should be Kylian Mbappe.
Gauntlet Slayer Edition. 4 players. Geometry Wars 3 Dimensions. 4 players. Ghostbusters Sanctum of Slime. 4 players. Goat Simulator. 2 players. Gran Turismo 7. 2 players. Guilty Gear Strive. 2 players. Helldivers. 4 players. Hellpoint. 2 players. Hotshot Racing. 2 players. Human Fall Flat. 2 players. Hunt Down. 2 players.
Double kill.
Hyper Light Drifter. 2 players. Injustice Series. 2 players. It Takes Two. 2 players. Jamestown Plus. 4 players. Jumanji the Video Game. 4 players. Knack 2. 2 players. Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris. 4 players.
Shall be mine until the sun goes dark.
Osiris will return. And you will...
Lego Series. 2 players. Little Big Planet 3. 4 players. Madden NFL 22. 4 players.
Now Brady.
Minecraft. 4 players. Minecraft Dungeons. 4 players. Mortal Kombat 11. 2 players. Moving Out. 4 players. Never Alone. 2 players. Nex Machina. 2 players. Nine Parchments. 4 players. Obliteracers. 2 players. One Piece Pirate Warriors 4. 2 players. Outward. 2 players. Overcooked. All You Can Eat. 4 players. Override Mech City Brawl. 2 players. Plants vs. Zombie series. 2 players. Portal Knights. 2 players. Resident Evil series. 2 players. Riptide GP Renegade. 4 players. Rocket League. 4 players. Sackboy: A Big Adventure. 4 players. Samurai Warriors 5. 2 players.
ただひとたびでも真に理解し
Secret of Mana. 3 players. Sign Mora X. 2 players. Skyforce Reloaded. 2 players. Skylanders Superchargers. 2 players. Soul Calibur 6. 2 players.
This is as far as you go. I'll decimate you. Now,
SpongeBob SquarePants: Battle for Bikini Bottom. Rehydrated. 2 players. Star Wars Battlefront 2. 2 players. Stardew Valley. 2 players. Starlink Battle for Atlas. 2 players. Street Fighter 5. 2 players. Streets of Rage 4. 4 players. Sundered. 4 players. Team Sonic Racing. 2 players. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge. 4 players. Tekken 7. 2 players. Tesla vs. Lovecraft. 4 players. The Ascent. 4 players. The Swords of Ditto. 2 players. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. 2 players. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater Series. 2 players. Trackmania Turbo. 4 players. Trail Series. 4 players. Trine. 3 players. UFC MMA. 2 players.
These guys seem to be the mirror image of each other.
Man, he's timing his shots nice.
Unravel 2. 2 players. Unruly Heroes. 4 players. Victor Vran Overkill Edition. 2 players. Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown. 2 players. Warhammer Chaos Bane. 4 players. Warriors Orochi 4. 2 players. Wipeout Omega Collection. 2 players. Wizard of Legend. 2 players.